What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hooligan Sports Podcast, Season 2, Episode 31. We are back. We are live once again.
And we are champions.
And we are champions. You guys.
Hey, we should celebrate the championship by going to Maestro's.
Ooh, I heard Tommy's treating all of us for steak dinners. That's the word on the street.
Love you, Tommy.
We're gonna eat in the alley. Like Lady and the Tramp.
You guys, I feel like this has been a pretty big week in sports for us.
Yeah, Galaxy fired the coach.
The Galaxy came out, fired their coach. Like, top story in the city right now.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Fire the coach.
Dude, that's why everyone was taking off the newspapers off the shelves yesterday.
I know. Everybody, yeah.
Those damn Galaxy players.
Taking over the city with the news. The Galaxy have a new coach, an interim coach.
Everyone is watching this like, why are they talking about the Galaxy right now?
You guys. Boostos, thanks for clarifying for us, Boostos. Boostos, what's the real news? Let us know what happened.
We had a lost episode. Sorry about that. We had one recorded a couple of weeks ago. We had a lost episode.
We actually had an episode that we recorded, after Game 2. And we had some issues with it, so it remains a lost episode forever. However, we made our predictions. It doesn't matter now. It's all done because why? What happened, Boostos?
The Dodgers has ended a 32-year streak, and we are the world champions.
Yes, world champions because baby Zachary
Zach is 2 for 2 on championships this year.
2 for 2. Lakers, Dodgers.
We just gotta get that King and Charger one now, Zach.
If we could get him to go 4 for 4.
Do you not see my background of the?
Yeah, it's where the Chargers play.
No, they don't.
So
Dodgers.
Zach, what was your take on the game? Game 6.
My take was I want to know, and I want to ask you guys in the audience, why did they take out Snell? Why would they do that?
Zach, this is why we enjoy having you on, because you ask the real questions, the question everybody wants to know. Yes.
You think all the Dodger fans think Dave Roberts is bad, taking out pitchers early?
No, it was like...
Yep.
Cash said, hold on 1 second. I'll top you right there.
Hold my clipboard. Yeah, hold my clipboard.
Hold my clipboard. Watch this.
Probably.
I couldn't believe when that happened. I think me and DJ looked at each other. We're like taking him out. It's only 2 hits, but I mean, good for us.
Yeah, we're like, I'm not gonna complain, but
that was the moment I knew we had the game.
So I was already reading online. You know, people were talking about. Remember in the Super Bowl when the Seahawks didn't run the ball when they didn't when it was beast mode, with Marshawn, and how immediately after the game everybody was like, how do you mess that up? How do you everyone questioning Pete Carroll and everything like that? One, is this on that level, which I personally think it is. 2, how long will this move be discussed? Because already, like, immediately after the game, in the last few days following the game, everybody's questioning Cash's decision. Like, I feel like it makes no sense. And I had told you guys before we recorded this, John Boy, who always does really cool, funny videos, had done a video specifically just on the decision and the argument of the advanced stats on why they did it. And even the advanced stats don't add up. Like, they brought in a righty to face a righty whose best pitch is his fastball to go against Mookie, who's feast on righties who throw fastballs. Like, nothing makes sense.
Who couldn't hit off left-handed?
Who was 0 for 6 off Snell.
Yeah, if you notice too, that the pitch that he hit, I believe, was an inside fastball. Mookie rakes inside. Like,
it was the Cash decision was the gift that gave the Dodgers the World Series.
Yeah, Cash basically was like, "Hey, you guys want a ring? Here you go." Like, let's be real.
Crazy.
And I think I've talked to you guys about this. It's there's too much stats now in baseball.
Yes.
I get their stats. You need them and all that stuff.
Easy there, Boostos.
A lot of us work in a business where stats are important, but at the same time, you got to have heart too. That wins championship.
Okay, here's a question: did Dave Roberts overmanage Game 7 with all the pitching changes?
Wait.
What do you think?
Oh, against the Braves?
Overmanage the games? No, because
Game 6. Sorry, Game 6. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
Overmanage? there were some questions. I was okay, like Wood was dealing. Oh my god. I'm gonna go on mute until he stops crying.
All right, we'll take over. We'll take over. So yeah, your question is about Roberts over managing. Gonsolin started the game. How many innings did he end up pitching?
1 2/3 of an inning.
1 2/3 inning, which is still longer by a couple outs than his game 2 start, right?
But he didn't look that great in the first inning.
See, that's the thing. Like, supposedly in game 6 he was on his regular rest and his regular routine as far as like what a normal start would be, so everybody was expecting him to play a little bit better than he had in game 2. Unfortunately, I thought he gave up the solo homer, which, give me a break, the Rosa Reno was killing it all postseason anyway, no matter who the pitcher was, so like you can't really fault him too much on that one. But other than that, he held him to 1 run, and the Dodgers were in the game despite that solo home run. Like, if there was a couple times when there was 2 runners on, you already know if he had given up 2 or 3, 4 runs early on in the game, that would have been much harder, especially with Snell and then the bullpen going in. The fact that they were just able to get late into the game, the 6th, 7th innings, with just down 1 run, I feel like that's a testament to the bullpen. And I think the bullpen's final 10 innings or something like that, they had not allowed a run. Yeah, scoreless, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's kind of funny though with Roberts. Everyone's praising what he did in Game 6, but everyone's criticizing him for Game 4.
Like Tommy.
Yeah, like Tommy.
I criticize him all the time. Heck
That's
yeah,
just
dude.
true.
Oh, what did he do in Game 4? Because he did a lot of stuff, but I probably forgot.
Yeah.
I just see our chats and like Tommy's just going out.
Yeah. What did he brought in? Nate. He brought in.
I still
Brian.
Honestly, I still say fire him.
But I think as fans,
still say fire Roberts?
question the coach when it doesn't go our way.
because the Rays gave us the ring.
So
So
this is what I feel like. I feel like Roberts is very much similar to Cash in the sense that the front office is using advanced stats to make decisions, and it's not necessarily their decisions at the end of it's not the manager's decisions at the end of the day. They're listening, and like I've said this before on previous ones, I hate using the word puppet because it sounds sounds negative, but they're a puppet or an extension of the front office, and these small ball and money ball and all these, not small ball, money ball, like all these advanced stats, those decisions are going into what's happening on the field, and they're looking at numbers like matchups and every little thing, as opposed to, like I think Rico's saying right now, as opposed to like your gut or your heart, you know what I mean? Like those kind of decisions, like Tommy Lasorda would never, right? Tommy Lasorda would have that instinct, that gut to like, no, he's ready, or we got to pull him now, as opposed to like someone like Roberts, where they're like, well, this guy's, hitting 300, or this guy's hitting 200 versus lefties, and even going, using the shift and all that argument.
75 degrees in the stadium. The
exactly. On a Sunday afternoon, there's just like.
Yeah, but I think Roberts kind of adjusted to it a little bit. I don't think he used all the stats completely. Who would have thought that Austin Barnes would start Game 6?
And Barnes, because he had a hot bat, that's why, man.
Barnes didn't have a hot bat. He was just catching the pitching staff well.
Yeah.
He was still hitting good. What are you talking about?
I mean,
but you wouldn't expect to start Barnes in that situation against.
The fact that he was the only Dodger to get a hit off Snell, right?
Yeah, second two. Him and Taylor.
Yeah, he only had 2 hits for the goal.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, you know how when they're playing the bullpen game or whatever?
Yeah.
How many more pitchers do you think would have been in that game if the rule of facing 3 batters wouldn't have been in effect?
I thought about that too.
The whole team would have been under.
Yeah, everybody would have been a go. What's up, Trayvon? Trayvon's in the comments right now saying, y'all never told me you were going live. Yeah, this was like a last minute episode. The Dodgers won, so we were like, we gotta have an episode.
And how many innings do you think Snell would have lasted still if they kept him in?
Yeah, or if any other manager. What was his pitch count at?
70 something.
Yeah, I thought he was at 7.
Innings.
Man.
Yeah, I think he had a couple more innings in him.
The fact, like, why would you pull him out for? Like, what doesn't make sense for me is, like, he wouldn't have pitched in Game 7 regardless. What was he being saved for? Was it strictly a matchup? Like, that's the best pitcher you have.
You know what's interesting, though? Speaking of Game 7, I think we kind of mentioned this. The whole JT issue with catching COVID in the middle of the game. If that would have, if they would have went to Game 7, there would have been a couple days in between where, like you mentioned, Snell might have been able to pitch a Game 7 again.
Yeah, so before we went live, we were talking about the game like we always do, and Bustos brought up a good point, which I never thought about. So Bustos' theory was, given Turner's positive COVID test, if
in the eighth inning,
if it were to go to 7 games, one, would the 7th game be the next day, or would they push it back? Which it seems like
they would push it back.
It seems like they would push it back. Potentially, if they did push it back, say into this weekend or something like that, would that have given the Rays the opportunity to not only pitch Snell in Game 6, but rested on Game 7, which honestly, that seems like a possibility, and that never crossed my mind until you had said that right now. I was like, wow, that would have been interesting. Like, can you imagine them just bringing? I mean, thank God we'd have Buehler going for us, but at the same time, you already know the bats would have been silenced.
Yeah. That would have been interesting.
Let's talk about your reaction at when we took out Snell, when Barnes on first, when Mookie hit that double. What was your reaction in that top of this?
As soon as Snell came out, I remember telling everybody, it's a brand new game. The game is starting now. Now's where the game starts. Now's where the Dodgers are going to come alive. And sure enough, it happened, thank God. But yeah, up until that point, it was the same old story. It's just like Game 2. We're just like, well, we just got to wait till this guy's out.
And we were watching that together, and I kept telling DJ, I was like, this game seems like it's taking forever, but we're only down by 1.
Yeah. And it feels like a mountain at the time too.
The game seemed like it was taking forever, but in reality,
we were only down.
It
was but we were only down by 1. Once Mookie scored, that was it.
You got to give props.
We kept saying it's gonna happen in the 6th inning, 6th or 7th inning. Something's gonna happen, and that's when it happened.
You got to give props to. Go ahead.
Do you think? Okay, did it ever cross any of your minds when you were up 2-1? Urias was going into the 9th. Kenley was gonna warm up and just come in.
No,
because Rico kept trolling me the whole time saying he was.
No, there's no chance.
How much were you guys hoping Kershaw would just pitch one batter and close the game out?
Me, I was.
Yeah.
I was, and I mean, I wanted the championship. It was cool. Urias closed it out, but and I even told you just earlier, as much as I trolled about Kenley, it would have been cool to see Kenley close it out also.
I was hoping to get like 3 runs in that 8th inning.
I don't know if 3 runs would still be safe.
I don't know, dude.
Like 8,
that's nothing safe with that guy.
If put every pitcher in there
for sentimental reasons, definitely.
Kenley Jensen brought out his inner Brandon Lee.
Wow.
Wow.
The thing about Kenley, he lost his velocity, obviously. That's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Issues.
Hey, but Kershaw's velocity kind of picked up this series.
Yeah, he picked up a lot this season.
He found it in the middle of that game. Last one he pitched. It's like he was doing okay.
I think what happened with Kershaw is Go ahead, Rico.
No, I think he picked up. He found his rhythm in the middle of that game.
Yeah.
No, I think he found Bugs Bunny in the locker room. He's like, "Excuse me, sir."
The magic stuff.
Secret juice.
Magic
secret juice.
Secret stuff, or what was
it? I think it's secret or MJ secret stuff.
Secret stuff or something. Yeah. What's honestly was one of the coolest parts, like we were saying, is Julio stepping up. We know Julio had been through a lot in his young career as a Dodger. There's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of definitely ups and downs. He's had some major surgeries, and somebody, with all the hype he came in with after that surgery, people had there's fireworks going on for now. I don't know if you could hear them in the background. Dodger fans, still Dodger fans. But yeah, Julio, I feel like this is huge. Not only for him but for the Dodgers in general, just to have him be so clutch the way he was in the playoffs, and he was. Being like we're talking about Kenley, and even though Kershaw before he had won this, he's always carried that negative stigma in the playoffs and stuff like that. To actually have Julio, where I was like, you know what, he's dealing. He's going into the 9th. He already got 4 outs. I was like, they got to stick with him. Like, as much as I'd love to see Kershaw come in for, sentimental reasons, or Kenley come in, like Julio was dealing in. Even look at how he was attacking the batters at the end of the game. He was just like, strike. Like,
he was focused, man.
He was lasered in, and he doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, certain pitchers, like, when they get a pitcher's count, like, they'll make them chase a pitch in the dirt, or they'll make them, like, they'll not let him swing. No, Julio was attacking. He's fearless. He attacks the strike zone. He goes for it and, like, just try to hit it the best he can. And honestly, that's really refreshing to see. And it's awesome to see as a Dodger fan, just knowing that he came in, dealing like that.
He cemented his Dodger legacy. He's gonna be looked upon like Fernando.
And he's always gonna He's gonna be known as a pitcher that
got the final out.
Yeah. Hey, Bustos, how many years does he have left on his contract?
Oh, he has at least 3 years left on his arbitration.
Okay, cool. Oh, good. So we don't have to worry about nothing. Him trying to get big money and then going somewhere else.
Yeah, Buehler has 4 years left, and Julio has 2 or 3 years left.
And not to jump the gun too much, talking about next season already, considering we just won the championship 2 days ago.
Comes back?
Exactly. So next season, the rotation.
Right.
Not only we're going to get the addition of David Price to go with Buehler and Kershaw, but now you're thinking between May, Gonsolin, and Urias, those 3 young guys can, honestly, if we're playing a full season, have regular starter jobs, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
And also, 2 of them will go into bullpen during the postseason.
Right, 3 of them. We'll just have Price, Buehler. I don't know if Kershaw will. All of them.
All of them.
Just have Buehler pitching every game.
I actually want to say this.
Russell Martin.
Yeah.
Russell Martin.
I want to say this. No one talks about this. Everyone gives credit to Julio. Everyone gives credit to
Seager.
That play. I want to give credit to that bullpen after bringing it from Gonsolin for Game 6. They did a great job of keeping the Dodgers in that game. Alex
Gonsolin
Wood
didn't even do bad.
No, he only hit 1 home run. He got a chance, but Alex Wood, Victor Gonzalez, especially Alex Wood,
Victor Gonzalez
would have got 2 big innings from Alex Wood in a Game 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as much flack as he got all season, especially, like, when they needed them the most, they came through, and honestly, that's huge. Like, that's how you win championships. Like, we're so used to the narrative of, like, some certain guys coming in and blowing it. So we're so used to, like, our closers, Jonathan Broxton coming in and giving up a bomb in the 9th, or Kenley coming in. Like, it was, like I'm saying, it's refreshing, and it's nice to finally be on the other side of it, where when the games mattered most, they come in and they lock it down. Like, that's obviously one of the biggest differences this season.
Oh, Eric Gagne.
That was my hero growing up, bro.
For 84 consecutive saves?
Yeah, dude, game over. Right? I had the game over shirts. Man, that was my boy.
For 84 games, he was my buddy. But then 85th, when he blew it,
that was it.
I'm never talking to you again, Gagne.
Damn steroids.
Bro, when Gagne and Bonds went head-to-head when they're both roiding out, and, like, Bonds hit one into the cove, but it was foul. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Like, Gagne threw, like, 100-mile-an-hour pitch or something like that, and Bonds, like, just pulled it, but it went foul. I was like, that goes back to my all steroid league idea. Or just, it's mandatory. All players need to take steroids to be in this league. Whoever can get the most juiced.
So, my question was, final pitch, Urias throws a strikeout. What's going through your heads?
I can't believe it. I can't. Yeah, it's honestly, like, it was just so much emotion at that point. And I'll be uploading a video to our YouTube channel. We had a watch party, which Rico came to. I can't say about these other 2 fools here, but Rico came to the watch party.
I was with my wife and my child.
I was with my wife.
And we...
I was with my dad, and then I went home, because home was closer to work than...
But yeah, we recorded everyone's reaction and the final pitches, and it was fun.
That you made.
You guys missed out. It was catered by Tommy Burgers. We had Tommy's there.
We had
Lumpias.
We had
and carnitas there.
Yes, we did.
No, you didn't.
But, like, Tommy in here, I'm gonna go order some right now.
He did. He brought some at the end.
So Tommy and I had this discussion before. I think he said it the other day. on what it was why this game was special to me. As everyone knows, you guys don't make fun of me. I'm older than all of you guys, so I was there during '88.
By how many years?
By like 10 years, probably. Why like 10? I don't know. What are you, like 12, Tommy? 12 with the beard.
We were telling him at the watch party, like, oh yeah, the last time they won the World Series, he was a sophomore in college.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in college. So what made it special for me? Yeah, I seen '88 and all that, and I'm not saying that this one wasn't as important. It was very important, but I think what was more important for me was knowing a lot of people that were born after '88 got to finally witness it. Guys like you guys, Tommy, DJ. Yeah. I think Boostos is my age, so I'm not gonna count him.
I mean, we were like, I think DJ and I were born, but we were like 1.
Yeah, I was less than a year old.
But like
I was still swimming.
He was a little swimmer.
But I thought of like people like my nieces who I coached in softball and stuff like that who never got to watch it, who were like big Dodger fans. So that's what made me happy in seeing this championship, was seeing your guys' reaction. Tommy calling me saying, "Dude, I actually cried." I know
cried.
I know DJ's excitement. I was there. I think he grabbed my butt in one of those hugs.
That was before. That was before the.
That was before. Yeah.
That was first pitch.
I thought that was cool, and that's what pisses me off about the whole Houston thing, because we were cheated that year for this exact moment.
Yeah, we would be celebrating 2 and 4.
This was the moment for LA fans through the years of the heartache. And then
frustration.
And just like the Hooligan shirt that DJ made, if you use code word Rico, 20% off. It was just like 1988. That was like that feeling in the city where the Lakers won and now the Dodgers won, and that's what it is happened this year in a year of COVID when we're all locked down and like it seems like there's no hope. At least for the city of LA, we have that kind of hope.
This is why I love Rico.
I sound like a politician. Don't forget to vote November 3rd.
Yeah,
I feel like COVID was like, you know what, LA County? I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to shut you down hard. But I'll give you 2 championships and call it even.
And now the talk about a possible parade between the Lakers and Dodgers once all this finishes off.
Man, I can't wait.
If things come back to normal, so to speak. But it is gaining momentum, right? Lakers joint Dodgers parade.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. And Rams, I think, too, right? They're going to do 3.
Chargers.
They're
gonna have to charge the buses because it's gonna be
they're electric buses.
There we go. Yeah.
But honestly, this is why I love Rico, because Rico can give a heartfelt, sentimental reasoning and then still work his adverts for Hooligan in there with a promo code.
20% off code Rico for the.
Like he starts pulling on the tug screen, the heartstrings, tugging on the heartstrings.
November 3rd.
And then he's putting his political and business
I still gotta vote, dude. It's right
I know.
there.
Wow.
Oh, and if you vote at, is it done yet at Staples? You can get.
No, you can still do it.
Well, you can actually vote at Staples.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can get one of those cool LA Kings or Lakers stickers.
I know you can vote at SoFi too, but do they give you stickers at SoFi?
I don't know.
I almost want to do it.
I think
Dodger Stadium is becoming a spot too.
What?
Yeah. No.
Huh?
No, is it? Dodger Stadium?
I think Dodger Stadium is supposed to be a spot too.
Is it?
Eventually.
Most likely.
Did you guys see what happened during the parking lot, the dine-in or drive-in watch party?
Dine and dash.
Dine and dash. Did anyone see
I didn't see what happened.
Me neither. I was wondering because we were talking about, but before we're gonna have the watch party at Hooligan, we were talking about doing the drive-in, but Busta said it was sold out, and I forgot to check on it afterwards.
Yeah, we were gonna rent a party bus, right?
Yeah, we were like, will they let us take a bus in?
we were gonna take DJ Smart. We were all gonna come
Smart car.
DJ Smart car.
About like clowns.
Dude, I forgot to send you a video. Somebody, in East LA, like on Atlantic and like Whittier Boulevard, all the cars are doing donuts. Somebody went through the smart car and was trying to do donuts, but they're just doing really tight little circles. And I was gonna send you the video, Tommy. I was like, bro, did you see me out there?
Okay, let's talk about this.
You have to do background music of like
the circus car. There's just like 10 clowns come out of it.
Dude, but that's not the most viral video of Dodger celebration, guys. The girl who fell off the Jeep.
Ooh.
That's the best one.
Yo, that guy had to have been knocking her off on purpose. There was a girl
which one?
Over it looked like they're on Fig, honestly. She was sitting on top of a Jeep in an intersection, and they sped up really quick and then hit the brakes. But when they sped up, she rolled off the top of the Jeep, and she landed straight her head on the asphalt, and was like out, like she was out cold, and just like slept there. And I was just like, dude, you know that was the buzzkill of the party right there.
What about that one car? I think where you're at, DJ, where they were doing donuts and they ran over the.
Yeah. So what was it like, DJ, down there in the celebration?
Okay, so immediately after the win, what, 20 minutes afterwards?
He ditched us, made us clean up the studio. And
so everybody at the watch party, I was like, you guys are going to have to clean up. Me and Marty took off.
Look at this guy.
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast. She's been on before. Me and Marty went down to Sunset. We were trying to get to Vince Scully Way. Unfortunately, the cops had already blocked it off, so you couldn't get all the way down there. So we got like halfway up Sunset. But man, it was full on like a war zone, and not a Call of Duty war zone, like an actual war zone. Just constant fireworks. People, honestly, I had such a bad headache over there because it was nothing but people burning out like their tires and just fumes.
So
there's just a lot.
All those people driving by, DJ, were those people trying to leave Dodger Stadium for the?
No, so what would happen is they'd be heading west up Sunset, and then once they are getting close to Vince Scully Way, they'd see the line of cops there, and they would have to U-turn. So it was just a big... The cars, it was almost like a parade. Like, you'd see the same car going by like 4 times because they'd hit the end and then turn around and then go up Sunset. And, like, they'd just keep looping themselves around. They'd be doing U-turns in the middle of the street. But it was crazy because, like, all these cars that, honestly... A couple cars that looked like they were retrofitted for such events. Like, one of them was like a live studio, and they were live on Instagram in the back of the van and had speakers, and like people could go interact with it. Other ones with just like, it was just weird, dude. It was crazy, and honestly, it was fun. I'm glad I went over there and got to experience it. But like I said, I recorded a pretty cool video. We should have it on the channel maybe tonight or tomorrow of everything, so you guys can see firsthand the madness.
You know, I was gonna tell you. I could send you my video, Boosters will send you his video, and you could kind of like let us have some glory, you know? Just throwing out there. You know?
I don't remember what glory
I think the Zoom is lagging.
Yeah, bro, I think it was breaking up. We're not gonna hear anything going on.
I said.
We were
Lieutenant Dan.
All Boosters has is 5 minutes of him.
Okay, so true story. At the watch party, we were using rally boostos. Dude, we were down 1-0, and everybody. I think Marty started it, but we were starting
rally cry,
and everybody was boostos screaming. So then, when it was an important part of the game, everybody at the same time would start going ah, and the whole room was like ah, and then the Dodgers rallied back and won the game. So we were after that. We were like, boostos won this for us.
So that's going to be a soundboard clip now?
No, I think that sounds like a shirt.
Just Bustos face?
We should do a Bustos shirt.
Bustos.
All right, guys.
Will you release your image to us for a shirt?
You know people would buy it.
I want 10% of the profits.
10%?
Funny thing, too, when DJ was out on Sunset that night recording, there was someone back there that looked like Bustos in a serape. And everyone in the comments was like, "Is that Joshua?"
Dude,
just like
when So when I was going through the footage of everything I recorded down there, I was showing Kristen the video, and she was like, "Is that Bustos? Did Bustos go over there?" I'm like, "That wasn't Bustos," but everybody, even when we were on the live stream, thought that was a Bustos. So even afterwards, I was looking for that guy. I was like, "Where's Josh at?"
But did he look like he was having the greatest time of his life?
Yeah, he was super drunk in a serape. What?
Yeah,
definitely a good time, bro.
That was like freaking Stefan from like Family Matters.
When he flipped?
He drank the juice. He's like Mr. Hyde and what's the
Jekyll and Hyde?
Yeah, there we go.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. But okay, so the highlight of all that stuff, like there was a lot of craziness, there was a lot of just drunkenness, there's a couple fights, lots of fireworks, but the highlight, honestly the funniest thing was for some reason the LA Department of Water and Power had a truck that was driving through the mob. Like, I don't know if they were trying to transport supplies or getting trucks to the other side of the city or why they chose this specific moment to do it. But it was like one of those giant, like, F-750, like those giant trucks.
Water
tanks. It looks like a big Tonka trunk.
You make it sound like an airplane was going down this.
Dude, it was a huge truck. It wasn't like a little truck. It was almost like, I don't even know what kind of truck it is. It's like a big city truck. It wasn't like a pickup truck. But people, like, as soon as it started driving through, we saw it in the distance, and then the closer it's getting to us, It looked like World War Z, where like zombies are like swarming it. People were on the bumper, they were on the hood, they were on the windshield, they were on the mirrors, they were on the lights, like hanging off the side. People in the back had like a
zombie royale.
Yeah, exactly. Like the vehicle version. People were chugging beers on the back of the thing. So then it was covered. Honestly, what we were saying, it looks like those like trains in India where like they try to cram everybody in the train and there's just like people sticking out windows and people on the top of it. It looked like that, and the guy obviously knows what's happening, so he's driving like 2 miles an hour, driving so slow, but he's driving so slow he's letting more people get on. It was insane.
He should have sped up and just domino effect. Boom, 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 boom,
boom.
Nah, bro.
He was heat with that.
Yeah, we'd be on the news for the wrong reasons.
My life in danger? No, you're putting my life in danger.
Who? The driver?
See?
No, dude. You can tell he was a Dodger fan. He was having fun.
Oh yeah.
He was a Dodger fan
I'll
for
say
sure.
that.
I want to know, Deej, why didn't you jump on the truck?
Honestly, I was just trying to. I was laughing recording it. It ran through my mind at one point, but yeah, I went with Madi. And then I was like, if I jump on this truck and she doesn't, I'm gonna leave her on the end of the other side of Sunset.
No, you jump on the truck, you're like, oh my god, I gotta jump off. I didn't think this part
through.
through.
Exactly, I can't think that far ahead.
This part through.
Oh my god, I don't know where are we going. I'll just get off when we get there. I would have just rode her all the way to City Hall. I would have been on my own parade, bro, just like waving like the queen. But yeah, honestly, it was fun. It was something that obviously I've waited my whole life for. Is actually because, like we were saying, when the Kings win, it's a celebration and it's fun, but it's nowhere near that level because there's not enough Kings fans to have that kind of effect. When the Lakers, yeah, it's fun on the Lakers win, but I've only gone to Laker parades. I haven't gone to Laker riots.
But you know what? I mean, the only thing I really heard that was damaged, and I might be wrong, was that Foot Locker. But I mean, besides everyone being out there, it didn't seem like there was that much damage done.
Check these. No, I'm just kidding. I've had these ones. You're like, did you steal?
Just like, don't see the video.
No, I also saw there was like some semi truck going through downtown LA, and they were throwing like boxes of food off of it, like it was delivering groceries or something. Like,
oh my god, you would never see that at Kings. Like,
yeah, you would never see that. And I remember the King celebration was like stuck within LA Live, like. It was like
you're like live. You're for like the Kings win the Stanley Cup live from Hermosa Beach.
Exactly.
Everybody partying at the bars. The Dodgers live from East LA.
Right.
Like, oh, what's
straight coming to you straight from Whittier Boulevard in East LA. It's just like.
I mean, look at the fireworks that went off. It was as same.
Oh,
as
nonstop. Yeah, nonstop.
Yeah, I did some fireworks.
Wow, Timothy. So he's doesn't have that squeaky clean record like we all thought. He was up to some hooliganism himself.
I even put the headphones on the baby so you couldn't hear him.
Why don't we do that during Call of Duty?
Because he's sound asleep.
I know, but you like whisper talk with us, bro.
I know, we can't even hear him.
The noise canceling headphones, and then you can talk normal with us.
My God.
He's like, don't bring this up to me right now.
You guys told me to get those headphones, and I did. Now you guys want me to get new headphones.
Yeah.
No. Use the same headphones, just talk louder. Put headphones on him, on the baby, noise canceling ones, so he's just sound asleep right there while you're screaming in the background. He's in the building. He's in the building.
I'm gonna put some beats on him and just let it go inside really loud. There you go.
There, I know what song that was. You already recognized it. But
that was rah rah rah
rah rah rah rah rah rah.
So when does baseball season start?
That's a good question.
I feel like it's.
I didn't even notice.
I feel like it's on the same schedule, like probably March, April, considering the season ended when it normally would have at the end of October.
You know what's actually my favorite? One of the favorite things about the broadcast. There's a lot of Dodger fans in Texas.
Yeah, there was.
I went to Game 1.
Oh yeah.
I went to Game 1.
Okay, so we mentioned that last episode, but the episode got lost. Bustos actually was at Game 1 of the World Series. He flew out and back.
Let's give him crap for that first.
Yes.
Rico, did you go with him?
So no, we didn't. He didn't tell us.
Did you go, Tommy?
Did you go with him?
No, I didn't even get an invite. I wasn't even.
What about you, Tommy?
I didn't even know.
Did you get
Baby Zach go with him?
No,
Baby Zach go?
Wow.
No, I didn't
Anybody
even know
get?
he went.
So you went, huh, Bustos? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's the view from my seats from Game 1.
So who'd you
I was
go
in the nosebleed.
Who'd you go with?
Who'd you go with?
I'd still would love to go to the
friends and my
nosebleed.
dad.
Wow.
Okay, there's.
I thought
there's okay. He said 2 friends and his dad.
I understand his
I
dad.
thought Tommy
1,
and DJ were your only friends,
3.
and I was your daddy.
There's 3 of us in
I
here.
thought Tommy was your other dad because Zach's your brother. Rico's your brother.
So we had another watch party, Game 7, Atlanta for the NLCS, right?
Yeah.
That last out, Bustos is out in the back making phone calls already, and I can overhear him. I'm like, this dude's going to Texas, man. He's talking to his dad. He's booking flights. He's booking tickets already. I was like, he didn't even consult us, guys. What's going on?
You know why? Because he thinks we don't have money. That's why. He thinks we're
Wow, Bustos. Is that what this is about?
It's because I don't play golf, huh? That's what it is.
I know.
He doesn't even let us play golf with him either.
Let's add fire. Let's fuel to the fire. This guy even got the day off of work, but when we asked him to take off work, he gives us a hard time.
Bustos, I swear to God, Bustos. Joshua.
Well, anyway, let's talk about.
Anyways, all right, guys.
So how was your trip, Bustos?
Tell us about Texas.
We were jealous, but we were really happy that you went though.
It was quick. One day, it was there and back. I literally flew in Thursday, came back flew in Tuesday, came back Wednesday of Game 1.
Did you order one of those 5-foot-long hot dogs from?
Yeah.
No, I saw one. That was big.
Whoa! Everything's bigger in Texas, isn't it, Bustos?
There's a lot of things that are bigger in Texas.
Wow.
Well, not their Texas Live compared to LA Live. LA Live is way bigger than Texas Live.
What is it?
Well, Texas Live is right next to the stadium. It's supposed to be like their LA Live version.
How did you like that stadium?
It's nice. It's big.
Compared to other MLB stadiums?
I think it's like an indoor Petco.
Oh, really?
Basically.
Indoor Petco?
Is that what you're trying to say?
Was the roof open or closed when you were there?
I was open. So when the fire jets flew over, which was pretty cool for Game 1, it was pretty loud being in like a dome / retractable roof.
Because it like echoes, right?
Yeah, it echoes. So it was pretty cool hearing that echo sound.
And it's weird because it's funny because like the other stadium's like literally right next door and it's still standing, and I think they use it as a soccer stadium, right?
Football stadium. These are a high school football stadium because you know how big high school Texas is.
Yeah, football.
No way they do?
Oh, high school football in Texas is huge, man.
Which is funny because the Cowboys stadium's right there too, right? Like.
Yeah, that thing's huge. I walked right to Cowboy Stadium before the game too. That stadium is stupid big.
Bigger than SoFi?
I haven't drove by SoFi yet.
So what'd you do? Was you flew that morning, right?
Yeah, so I had a 7.
Did you fly back that same night or?
No, the next morning. So I had a 7:40. I had an 8:40 flight to Dallas. Got in. It's a 2-hour flight, so I got in at noon, 12:30. Checked into our hotel for the night. That hotel we're staying for the night, which was a mile and a half from the stadium. Got to eat lunch, and then drove down to the stadium. Parked right across the street. Got to the stadium about an hour and a half before the game.
And you know what? Bustos planned all of this on that phone call I walked in in the back.
He's like, I gotta go. Rico's coming. I gotta go.
And you know what the messed up part is? He looked at Rico and said, "Excuse me, I'm on the phone."
Can you please give me a second here?
So
he's like this.
Okay, so I'll give you the backstory. That was the initial call. Like, it was like,
wow, you did get busted by Rico.
I was back there, dude.
So that was the initial call. That was the initial call
You're
from my
dirty
friend.
Bustos.
I think we're thinking about going. And I said, okay, well, I gotta see my schedule. So everything started rolling the day after, like around lunchtime.
Yeah.
Like around 11 or 12. We started texting. We had a text between me and my friend. It was like, I think we're gonna do it.
Bustos, you're in other group chats?
Damn. Guys, we don't even have a group text message with him.
Joshua, you're really making us feel left out and unloved. We got a question for you, Bustos.
We were roasting Bustos on that whole trip because he was like taking pictures, showing us. He's showing a picture of his beer, which was Bud Light, and we were like, "What is that? Water you're drinking? What is that?"
Yeah, his videos from up top and stuff like that. Bustos,
I had a lot on Instagram.
You get in a question, Bustos.
Like
Jagar is asking you, any Astros fools when you were there? Any Astros
Yes, fools? True story. Yes.
You didn't tell us about that.
You start swinging on them right away, or what?
I hope you
Okay,
did.
so the stadium was about 80% Dodger fans, 10% Rays fans, and 10% neutral fans for the game I went to. I was actually in my hotel room talking to someone. It's like, oh yeah, I'm an Astros fan, but I was in town for the week, so I'm saying I'm just gonna go watch the game. He told me I was gonna wear Astros gear to the game, but I know the Dodger fans would have been mad if I did.
He's like, I didn't feel like
I might have been in trouble.
I would have got his butt beat.
Yeah, he would have. That's funny though. I mean, it's true. How far is Houston from Dallas?
It's an hour flight.
An hour flight. So what is that driving like?
About down south of him, right?
Like 3 hours, 4 hours? What is?
Like 5 hours.
4 hours.
Probably like from here.
It's like going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I'll say this: when I went to Game 1, there was a lot of Dodger fans, and you could hear the Dodger fans. It was basically a 6-game Dodger fan home game.
Considering the Dodgers never left from the San Diego series, like they were there for 3 series, yeah, that was their home. The fact that I was thinking about this earlier, I was like, you figure who's played the most games at Globe Life Park? Obviously, the Rangers played 30 of them, right, during the regular season.
Yeah, 30. Yeah,
30 of them. How many did the Dodgers end up?
24.
3.
Yeah, I mean, like the Dodgers have played there almost more than the Rangers have.
Hey, here's the
16.
thing: the Dodgers has more home runs in the Globe Life Park than the whole Texas Rangers did during the 30 games at home for the regular season.
That was their first year there, right?
Okay, what about this one? How long until the Texas Rangers beat the Dodgers playoff win amount at Globe Life Park?
Wow.
That's going to be wild.
That's going to be a while. Think about that.
Dodgers hold the playoff record for Globe Life Stadium, dude.
Yeah, like if you think
that's a weird stat. That's a historic.
Because there was 3. They had 3 wins against San Diego, 4 against Atlanta, and 4 against Tampa Bay, right?
So 11 wins.
So 11 wins. So how long would it take the Texas Rangers to get 11 home wins?
They still haven't got them yet.
No, at that stadium, the Dodgers will have that record for a little bit.
Hey, that's a good stat to look up. How many home wins is the Texas Rangers? Let me go look that up quick right now.
It's gonna take them a while, dude.
Hey, who's us with the stats?
He's like on it.
Bustos Friedman.
Bustos Friedman.
And remember, the Dodgers played 3 games there in Texas this year.
And they won.
Did they win? And they won them both?
2.
2 of them?
They won 2.
2-2.
So, hey, okay, Texas was 16-14 at
Globe Life Park.
New Park. So the Dodgers are 3 wins away. That's 3 wins less than Texas Rangers in their home park this season.
No, yeah. How many wins did they have?
16
and 14.
16 and 14.
And the Dodgers had 13?
Did you count regular season and playoffs?
4, 8, 11,
13.
That's wild, dude.
13.
That is totally.
So then, 3 wins behind it. That's funny, dude. And that's what I'm saying. The stat though is playoff wins. Because
I know
they're gonna have the Dodgers will have that record. Because I don't see the Rangers making the playoffs anytime soon. I'm not trying to hate on the Rangers, but let's be real here.
The only Ranger I'm rooting for is Walker, Texas Ranger.
Walker, Texas. So
okay.
I was having a conversation with Cynthia yesterday, and I wanted to share this picture of. It's nothing bad. Hold on.
I swear to God, Rico.
Rico. Don't be playing your games right now, Rico. Now when we're live, don't be playing your games.
It's PG. This is how I feel right now about sports. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Hold on.
No.
Right there. Can you see it?
No.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
I know.
That's what I was telling you was going to be the issue, too.
Dude, I was talking to Cynthia yesterday. I got home from work. I was like, what do we do now?
I told you.
There's no baseball. We have football only on Thursdays and Sundays, and I'm like,
you got soccer, Galaxy, remember?
Yeah, but
what happened?
Technically, you don't have Sundays because the Chargers never show up anyway.
Wow.
What happened? Like, we went from sports overload to...
Dude,
where's our sports?
Right.
To being depressed.
I mean, we went from no sports when the Ronas first broke out for what, like 3 or 4 months? What was it? From March to July? Sports started coming back?
Yeah, July.
April, May, June, July. So 4 months, and then now we're going to go from...
And that's why I asked it earlier, when is baseball coming back, right? You know, we know NHL comes back January 1st.
January 1st.
When does
Do you think
when basketball come back? All these,
Okay, if baseball comes back on time, do you think they're gonna have a shortened spring training again, or?
I don't know.
It depends if there's a vaccine yet. I feel like that's going to be the telltale for a lot of this. Like as far as if there's something in place, maybe we'll go back to normal. Normal protocol. It's going to be interesting too with hockey because they're saying hockey's coming back January 1st. So like, what does that mean as far as the schedule? Like, is it going to be a half season again?
I think it's going to be like a strike season. Right?
Yeah, like 2/3 of the season will be played.
And hopefully there's nothing. Hopefully the pandemic's done by then, and I think the following season is when they go full season.
Yeah, I agree.
In October agagen.
Do you think the NHL season is going to be a bubble season where they have four host cities?
No.
There's too many teams.
Don't think so.
There's
too much. They're gonna lose too much money. They need the money, the owners.
So Seattle gets debuted hopefully when the pandemic's over. Is that?
It's not this season, but next season. I think.
That's what I'm saying. Next season, if we go back to full schedule next season,
next September, October,
September of 2021.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Debut, man. It'll be a crazy debut for them.
But, I mean, Ryan Armenta's asking, are they doing Ontario too? Yeah, that's what we want to know too, is because it doesn't seem like the minor leagues are going to be a thing, right?
They said the AHL isn't canceled, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was.
It's interesting because some of the Kings prospects had gone to Germany to go play, and I know Turcotte came back.
They got to play in Europe just to stay conditioned.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting, but like Rico's meme says, it's going to be a quiet couple months coming up here in November, December, other than football and MLS.
Which... Tommy is right. Tommy is right. It is quiet for me on Sundays too. I'm like...
Hey, and it's honestly good luck if we get the whole NFL season and college football season.
Yeah, college starts up next week, right? College is starting up next week.
But look how many cases have
been on.
No, I mean Pac-12. Pac-12.
Yeah, look how many cases of the Ronas have come out the last few weeks.
Yeah, they didn't have to quarantine the whole Raider O-line last week or so.
Yeah.
And had to change that.
It should be interesting to see if we get that season finish, perfectly.
We will see.
I mean, the Rams got to do it. They got to continue because when's the Super Bowl going to be? End of February, March?
First week of February.
Yeah.
So LA will be.
They're supposed to allow like 20% capacity.
Yeah, like in baseball.
So LA will have gone through a 4-month championship drought. The Rams got to come through. March 2020.
Hey, I know this
how about LAFC comes back and win it? I mean, it's 2020.
I know this is a stretch. What if Tampa Bay Buccaneers Chargers Super Bowl? LA takes that deal. I'm just saying, would you guys root for the Chargers if that happened?
Hell yeah.
I know hell yeah. I would just for you guys. I do it for you guys.
I would do. I mean, even if the Rams went, I would just so LA can have all the championships.
I do just for you guys.
But the Rams will probably lose.
Look at Tommy just disappeared into SoFi Field. He's at the 10, the 20, the 30.
Hey, actually, look at this. Hey, what happens if Tampa Bay's in the Super Bowl?
That's what I'm saying. What if it's a Tampa Bay in the
NFL? Would it be hilarious if it's Tampa Bay wins the NFL and NHL and LA wins the NBA and MLB?
That's a good one too. I mean, you figure Tampa Bay and LA have good football teams right now. That
Tampa Bay's coming back up.
Top 10 teams. Either way. Like, I know the Rams aren't one of the top 5 teams right now, but that's not. I mean, they're still going to be in the playoffs. Hopefully, that'd be amazing.
It's not early. It's not too early to talk about the NFL playoffs because it's pretty close. It's actually coming close.
It's getting to that time of year, right before Thanksgiving, when you can kind of start seeing the playoff picture. Sort of.
Hey, can we ban certain trolls in the chat room? Can we just when people start trolling the chat, can we just start banning them?
No.
Because some weirdo named Javier. How do you pronounce an X?
Javier.
Or is it Javier Carranza?
Xavier.
Whatever this clown's name is, he keeps talking about Sundays are fun for me. Oh, is that?
Stupid intern.
Oh, that's the intern. Oh, my bad.
It is our intern.
How's your league going? Oh, I think because he's like
Sunday. You better be there at 7 a.m. Get the shirts ready.
Sundays are fun for me, bro. You're working this Sunday. I don't know what to tell you. You're not going to be able to see your precious 49ers or your precious fantasy league.
Bring coffee, too.
He's currently first place. That's why he's trolling us. He's the defending champion, and once again, he's in first place this season, so he's letting us have it. So everyone else, please ignore the trolls.
And he ditches us on Warzone. Just saying.
Also, yeah, we have a Hooligan Warzone going, and he doesn't... One, he ignores us, and he hides when we go online. And then when we do play... The three of us are together, and he just goes somewhere else and abandons us.
We're at prison. He's at military base or something.
Right. He's in the quarry somewhere. Yeah.
Talking about, hey, you help me, guys.
And then you know what he does? He tells the other teams where we're at, and he shoots at us.
He shoots at us. He throws grenades at our feet.
He's always suspect.
Yeah, extra sus.
He's a spy. He's a traitor.
He is.
He's a Russian spy.
That's why I said you guys know how those Niner fans are. Like I've said this before. You guys are already know. Except for Cynthia. Cynthia's cool.
It
registered. I was like, oh no, hold on. Wait.
But I want to talk about one more thing.
Let us have this.
Good on the Dodgers fan at the trophies presentation for booing.
Yes.
He didn't know how to react.
He was shook, dude. He was shook.
He needs to take notes on Bettman.
Yeah.
Manfred was shook.
He was shook. He was like, yeah, no, he couldn't handle it.
I've never been booed like this in my life.
The fact that you can tell in his own personal bubble, where he, I guess, doesn't see or hear any of the criticism from the rest of the league who hate him. And I heard this rumor, even certain clothing companies have like Fire Manfred designs, and Rob Manfred is ruining baseball designs. I've heard all this craziness.
I guess shirts like that.
I heard there's shirts like this out there, but I guess he's not aware of the hate that people have for him. So amazing the fact that, like Bruce was saying, Globe Life Park packed out with Dodger fans who do not forget. Will not forget what he has done, the punishments he sent.
Even after we won a championship. And even our happiest moments.
And the best moment.
Fans saying now, too, they need to suspend JT for all this stuff. You think they're going to suspend JT for that? I mean, they didn't even suspend half of the damn Astros team for what they did. You know, so he celebrated. Yeah. Okay, I get he had coronavirus, but he was with the team for 8 innings already. He's like...
Yeah, he was in the clubhouse. He was in the locker room all day.
It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't right now with that situation.
True. Not only that, though, too, man. Like, I'm not going to say any names, but there's someone else that got COVID and is still doing a bunch of stuff, you know? This guy won a World Series with his team.
Yeah. His heart and soul
into this organization, and all he did, too, like I was telling DJ, he wore a mask when he went out. But the only
except for the
reason
picture.
why he took that mask off is to take the team picture.
Yeah.
And I hate talking about COVID too, because we don't know really the truth of it. But the test that they gave him was one of those quick tests. Those still aren't as accurate.
Yeah.
That's why.
And how many?
That's why they had to retest them, because the test before.
Yeah. And how many false positives have there been in the NFL?
Yeah. I mean, it just honestly, I don't blame Turner for doing that. I would have done the same thing.
Well, because you're a thug.
It's just a bad look right now. You don't want that look.
I know. It's anything that's with the pandemic is bad.
Yeah, but you're right. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And like, what would suck is if it did come out that it was, you know, a false positive and that he missed out on the whole celebration. Like that would equally suck. Like, I feel like Turner can't win in that instance. But like we were saying, like it's not like he just got it and he's all of a sudden infectious from the 8th inning on. Like the dude had been around the team, in the clubhouse, on the bus, in the hotel with all these people beforehand. Regardless, like he was already there in the bubble. Like
and the test was conducted at what time? They said that they finally got a positive result
in the 7th inning.
It was like in the 7th.
So they did another test in the 7th inning on him?
No, the day before they all took a test, because you have to do it before the game, a day before, so they can weed out who needs to be sat out or not. His test came back inconclusive. He was neither positive nor negative. So I think they retested him again earlier that day.
Yeah.
Day of Game 6, and that came back during the game.
Well, here's my point, and this is all on MLB. If he is inconclusive, you should have just sat him for the game.
See, what I don't understand...
MLB let him play. MLB let him play.
Yeah. No, exactly.
See,
okay, you're talking about the MLB, a $1 billion a league, how couldn't they just get the tests back?
A non-profit
quickly?
league, by the way.
Quickly, they could have just got it back quick. You know, like instead of waiting till the 7th inning, like, oh yeah, he is positive. How are people like ordinary people like us, where certain places you could get your test back within like 30 minutes?
Yeah.
See what?
Well,
the whole thing that I don't understand though is they're in a bubble. The whole point of the bubble is there's no one from the outside coming in and no one from, you know what I mean? Like the whole point of the bubble is everybody's safe. NHL and NBA in their bubbles had 0 positive tests. Both leagues. The entire time, right? Not one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, no, not one.
Not one single one. So why is it that baseball in their bubble, like where you know...
I know what went wrong.
They let the families in?
Part of that problem.
Oh, the fans?
I mean, the fans were involved. They were introduced in NLCS.
So, but what interaction do the players have with the fans?
Well, you don't know what. You don't know
spitting on them Bustos from top field.
No, you don't know what interaction, how close they could get, who was in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, because it seemed like the first couple rows, for the most part. Well, looking behind Bustos, I guess not in the infield, but I know in the outfield.
Yeah, if you look behind my picture, you can see the spacing.
Yeah, but it's like
Bustos also told us too about the zip ties on the seats.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
You can't sit. You have to be on your assigned seating. It can't be a Dodger Stadium where all of us buy left field pavilion tickets and go sit behind home plate.
Bro, don't blow up the spot.
Am I the only one that does that? Am I the only one that does that?
Don't blow up the spot, bro.
No. But yeah.
I mean, that has to be it. That has to be. You're right, though, Bustos. It has to be the fans.
Either someone from their hotel got them affected, or from the staff,
or could it be JT's wife because they just recently joined too, right?
No, they were there the whole time.
Yeah, because they had to also go through the quarantine before.
There's a report no Dodgers Rays players tested positive, but one from the Rays family did test positive.
Yeah. And him and JT were together?
Those are the only two.
He signed the autograph for him.
So that's the question. Is like, how is this a bubble? You get the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The whole point of the bubble is to keep the outside on the outside and the inside on the inside, and they don't cross.
It benefit me because I went to the game, but they shouldn't have fans there.
So did he not fly? Did he not fly back with them?
No, he had to get a private jet.
So they're probably doing another check on him. What if you're right. What if that comes back negative? But it was.
I actually wonder. Here's a question: did Kershaw go back with the team or not?
I thought I seen him coming off the plane earlier.
Did he?
Why would he go back with the team, Bustos?
Because he lives in Dallas.
Who cares? He still has all his stuff in LA.
I don't know that.
And then plus two, he has a
place out here. He's got to do talk shows, man. He's got.
Well,
I guess that's virtual though, right?
We'll find out tonight on Jimmy Kimmel.
That's a good question. Did Kershaw go back on the flight?
We'll find out tonight because he's on Jimmy Kimmel tonight. So wherever he's zooming them from, we'll find out where they were at.
He's gonna be like, Bustos, this is for you. I did go back to LA.
So
wouldn't you stay in Texas if you're from Texas?
I would come.
He probably still had business he had to do here because it was still the season, so to speak.
So Xavier's asking us,
he probably had some cheese in his fridge that he had to throw out. He can't leave.
He's like, did I leave the stove on?
Yeah.
I gotta go back home, guys. I think I left the stove on for 3 weeks. Xavier,
how does Kershaw feel? Imagine Kershaw live his off season in Dallas. You're from your hometown and you have to stay in the hotel for 23 weeks.
Yeah, they said the hotel was 15 minutes from his house and he couldn't go home at all.
Speaking of how do you feel, how do you think players like Puig, Adrian Gonzalez, all those guys, I know they were happy for the team, but wouldn't that be,
the guys who are
they were like a season,
or like Ross Stripling and
can I say one more?
Manny Machado, those guys.
Andre Ethier,
Matt Kemp.
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy that deserves the ring from any past Dodger.
Let's not forget Isapcho.
Kenta Maeda, Rich Hill.
Maeda. Don't forget Dodger legend Justin Sellers. He deserves the ring too.
Wow. Ryu, Maeda.
AJ Ellis.
Rich Hill.
Rich Hill.
So
that's why I feel so bad. I wish we did it in 2017.
So Xavier is asking us, did y'all see Muncie's tweet? I don't know if you guys saw, but he took a picture and he said, like, what a beautiful piece of metal. Yeah, he was going in on Manfred also. So it's glad that the players didn't forget also. And honestly, I'm sure the players also loved hearing the fans give it to Manfred too, because I'm pretty sure he has nobody's respect, especially within the Dodgers organization.
He's such in a bubble. I do not think he expected that moment.
That's what I'm saying. He's sheltered in a way. He didn't know he was going to get that kind of heat. He's like, did I become Gary Bettman?
Yeah. What do you think Gary Bettman was doing? He was probably laughing at home right now. Welcome to the club.
So did I become David Stern or Roger Goodell?
Yeah, like exactly.
I got a question. I got a question for you guys and for the people in the chat. Who went to Dodger Stadium and stood in those long lines today for merchandise?
Tommy.
Tommy did.
Now Tommy he ordered his hat. Yeah, I heard that line was super crazy today for merch.
The World Series hat or the World Champ hat?
Any World Series merchandise, but what you don't. Here's the crazy one: you don't have to stand at Dodger Stadium to get World Series merchandise. You can go to hooligansports.net and buy the new championship shirts. Use code word Rico, you get 20% off. You get 20% off.
But also,
this guy's always on.
I also order online.
Don't forget to vote.
I'm not getting my crap until December.
Wow. And yeah, we'll get you guys your stuff.
Where's our pin at?
Hey, for a quick second, I thought Bustos was like, yeah, and if you use the word Bustos, he straight just said, I just bought my stuff and it's not going to come to December.
Wow, Bustos.
I'm even supporting Hooligan. He said, I bought my stuff on Dix.
I support my Hooligan stuff. I'm talking about the championship hat.
What was that? What was the stats on Fanatics, Bustos, that you told us earlier?
It was the Dodgers the overnight when they won the championship have sold more items than the other team ever.
Any other sports team, right?
Yeah.
That includes football, hockey, soccer.
For a championship.
Wow. I believe it. Everyone's been waiting. There's a lot of fans out there.
There are a lot of fans out there.
Yo, to say that they sold more stuff for the Dodgers over the Cubs when they waited 100 years, that was a lot.
That's true too.
The Dodgers
that is
have
very
a
true.
big fan base. We all know that. And you know, as much as we talk about the Raiders and all that, the Raider Nation is huge too. That's another team that would probably break sales records like that. Raider Nation is huge.
What about the Cowboys?
The Nation, dude, the AFL team. Forgot about that. You know,
DJ can't talk because his in-laws are.
Oh right, I got too many Raider fans close to me.
Too many Raider fans around us.
What's a Raider? I never heard. What's like Indiana Jones?
Raiders of the Lost Ark. You're familiar?
Yeah.
I mean,
more like Raiders of the losing season.
Wow, you just came up with that one right now.
I would say something, but they have a better record than my team right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't say anything about the Raiders.
I know.
Who? Speaking of your team, who is your team, Bustos? I mean, Rico.
The Dodgers, fool. Championship team.
That was what you're supposed to say.
The Dodgers and the Lakers.
Dodgers, Lakers. You know my teams. Numbnuts.
Wow. But I honestly, this has been a moment we've been waiting for 32 years. I'm glad it finally happened. I'm glad we didn't get our heart broken, even though, like we were saying, we're like abused women going back to them and ready to get hurt again every single year. And there we are every single year. Especially thinking we were down 3 games to 1.
Already felt that. We had that emotions in Game 4 as that abused woman after losing that game.
Dude, when I'm saying...
I've always had the feeling this was their year, especially
if you think about like
Game 4, you felt like that abused person.
Game 5 of the NLCS, the Dodgers are down 3 games to 1. Everybody, I remember talking to all of you guys. Everybody, we were all in our pity party. We were all like, they can't keep getting away with this, man. How long are they gonna hurt us? I just want to see one. Just give me one. I have family who just want to see. Like, we were all in our pity party. We were upset about it. Little did we know, a week later, we'd be celebrating a world championship, and thank God it's...
we're having a pandemic parade right now.
The pandemic special. Yeah. You guys see South Park? But yeah, guys, fun. Hopefully we will be back, with our weekly episodes and get the podcast rolling again. We've been off, like, this last month, handling our stuff. Life's been crazy for everyone. I mean, the Dodgers alone is craziness as far as Hooligan comes.
The Dodgers playing every day basically for 2.5 weeks.
It was that. It was the Lakers too in the playoffs and the championship.
Yeah, so it's like we were too intense and too much watching
Here
sports.
it is. Fun stat too. Magic Johnson, one of the only few people that have a championship in the NBA, WNBA, and the MLB now.
Yeah.
As an owner.
As an owner.
Yeah, he got 3 rings. Three different rings in 3 different leagues.
Did he play in the WNBA?
Yeah, you missed that, bro. Yeah, he was dominant.
You don't call him Magic
Man.
Man.
Man? Oh my
Juana Man.
Yes.
But yeah.
Our sponsors.
Oh, look, we can actually do our sponsors right now. Shout out. Let's do our shout outs for the sponsors. First up, we got Rose Cremation Services in Bellflower, California. Complete cremation packages starting at $9.95. I'm sure most of you guys don't need them right now, but when that time comes and you do need them, remember them. 562-804-0404. Use promo code RICO and you don't get anything.
You just get
nothing.
You get
a nice urn. You get a nice urn.
You get a little card. You get a card.
Nice
I'm sorry.
You'll get a nice condolence card, and they might upgrade your urn. I don't know.
You get a 6-piece of lumpia with everything.
They don't like when we make jokes about their thing, but here we are every single time. Always, every single time it is. Also, shout out to the one and only Big Nick's Pizza in San Pedro, California. They have now the Hooligan Pizza. The Hooligan Pizza was delicious. We devoured it at the Game 7 watch party. It's pepperoni, sausage, jalapeno, and mushrooms. It's delicious. We loved it. Shout out to Big Nick's Pizza. If you're in Pedro, check them out. I don't know if they're doing dine-in right now, but delivery, takeout, all that fun stuff, they're still doing it. Yeah, shout out to Big Nick's Pizza. And the last sponsor.
Actually, we have another one too after this one, but go ahead.
Wow, we're going to have a surprise sponsor.
We have a surprise sponsor.
Word on the street, 10% off your next order when you use promo code podcast. Now, I know you're going to see in the comments, and you're going to hear a lot of people on this podcast talking about their 20% off codes.
Rico, Bustos, Tommy.
But if you don't want to use their codes and you just want to use 10% off, I don't know why you would, but in case you did, you can use promo code podcast at hooligansports.net. We got to update this video because we have a lot of cool new designs and not these old ones that are currently playing. You guys have seen all the cool fun stuff, and we got a lot more fun designs in the works plan that some of these guys have seen. They'll tell you there's some cool stuff in the works.
Yeah.
So check it out. Get on it. And then what is the last sponsor, Rico?
Our surprise one-day sponsor for this episode is Maestro's Steakhouse in Beverly Hills.
Tommy is going to treat us all.
There's no discount. There's nothing, but take your loved one there. Take them to Maestro's Steakhouse. We just won the championships. We should really be close to our.
I've never heard of it.
Well, you better.
I can't believe you never heard of Maestro.
You're sheltered, bro.
I've heard of. Hey, I heard of Chris and Pitts.
I mean, Chris and Pitts is delicious.
I want to go to Chris every time I go by the studio. I'm like,
dude, when I was driving home from today, it smelled so good.
If it makes you jealous, DJ took me.
Wow. Why do you gotta spill the tea like that? Why are you just out here giving away our little secret dates? This was a long time ago.
Good, hey, didn't they have a car chase there a few years ago? Someone ran in there. They actually.
Someone got killed at a Chris and Pitts, but not the one in Bellflower, the one in Downey.
Yeah.
Someone got shot.
Ran into that Chris and Pitts.
Yeah, they got shot inside the Chris and Pitts. True story.
Hey, all I know is we're winning the World Series again next year.
Bustos, from your mouth to God's ears, Bustos. I'd love to back it with the Lakers, maybe the Kings. Not yet. We're a couple years away.
Just 2 years.
I called it on my Facebook 4 or 3 years ago that the Kings would be 21 champs.
Wait, what? 2022?
The King 2020, 2021.
Okay, I heard a lot of 20s at once. I was like,
this season, I predicted it.
2020, 2021.
So they'll win next year.
And sure enough, the chat got filled with everyone in the promo codes. Christian's in the chat, Xavier's in the chat, Rico's in the chat. Everyone just trying to.
The only one missing is Casey.
She was in it. She was in there earlier.
So Casey's code is Rico also. So if you want to use code with Rico for Casey.
Yeah, she wanted to merge her code with Rico's and said just use Rico's or something like that. I don't know. You gotta ask her. But guys, fun episode. Good to be back.
Guys, can I have like 30 seconds?
Yes, go.
The Rams won. They beat the Bears. We're 5-2. We played Miami. We faced Tua, whatever his last name is. We're gonna destroy him. Going 6-2 in the bye week, and then Seattle. Here we go.
Are you ready for Seattle, bro?
Dude,
you want that smoke, son?
Hey.
After you saw Arizona?
You know why? Because their defense is horrible, and now their offense has to face a really good defense.
Who's
fifth in the league with nobody, name, just a bunch of rookies.
Who do I start this week, guys? Russell Wilson or Justin Herbert?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's where I'm stuck.
I mean, all we gotta say about Chargers, at least we have our quarterback of the future.
Yeah, they're in a good spot. Tommy, who's going to win this week between the Niners and the Seahawks?
Seahawks.
What do you guys think?
Seahawks.
I hope the Niners win.
No, you don't.
He's trying to throw us off for fantasy picks or what?
No, my wife's standing right here.
she's got the rolling pin.
He's like, if I didn't say that, she's not gonna let me play Warzone tonight.
X said, "What's Rico's NFL team?" Bro, Casey made me a cup. What do you think?
The Chargers.
Damn. Hey, nobody talked to X. He's
yeah, this one's straight trolling right now.
Thank you, Casey. She made us custom cups a couple weeks ago with our favorite teams.
She made
those were really good.
Yeah, shout out to Casey. Thank you. She made everybody their own individual cups, football glasses with the Hooligan name on it. It had their football team on it. Look at Bustos keeps his next to his bed when he goes to sleep. Look at that.
Yeah, he's like, I keep this for my glass of milk.
Bustos cuddles with that glass every night before bed.
I wish Xavier made us gifts, but whatever.
So shout out, thank you, Casey. Thank you for the wonderful podcast gifts. We love it. So yeah, guys, solid app.
Yep.
Solid app.
Solid app.
Johnny Hacker, NFL specialist of the month.
Yo.
Yeah. See, hey, I'm gonna say something about that. Hacker worked it this last week, and punters are people too, man.
Yo, can a punter be an MVP on a team?
Punters are people. Dude, he hit like 3 or 4 of them, right?
Pinned them in all game long.
Five of them. Oh my! I was watching, like, ooh, Tommy must be happy.
I guess we gotta go celebrate more for the Dodgers win.
And not only that, did he also did that on Tommy's anniversary. I told Tommy that was his anniversary gift.
Let's celebrate at Maestro's.
Ooh.
Dude, let's go.
5 steaks for the 5 punts.
Ribeyes for everyone. Courtesy of Tommy.
You guys know if I go to that place, I'm straight gonna order chicken nuggets, though.
And ketchup.
He's gonna order off the.
You're gonna order a steak with ketchup, bro.
Ketchup.
Yeah.
30 packets of ketchup.
Elena, make sure you order the cold seafood platter for appetizers.
He's the pickiest eater ever.
Seafood tower. Get the seafood tower.
Is that a thing?
I know that. No, probably not.
You're gonna be ordering the wrong thing. Oh, my friend came and he told me to order this, and like, sir, we don't have that here.
We don't have that here.
I don't know what your friend told you, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. Solid episode, guys. Thank you, everybody who is joining us in the chat, everyone who's watching, everybody who's watching this later on that's not live. Thank you guys, too. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the website. We got lots of cool, fun stuff. We should be back next week. Am I missing anything, guys?
Dodgers are world champs.
Dodgers are world champs.
The Lakers.
Lakers are world champs.
For those looking for newspapers with the Dodgers or whatever, you're not going to find them. You can back order them. It's going to cost you $15, but you can back order LA Times newspapers if you don't have them.
Yeah, they got the
Laker
connect.
one last night. I found a Laker one last night. Surprisingly.
All right, guys. Until next week. I'm cutting you guys off. You guys don't need to talk about it.
It will go down as the best LA sports month of all time.
As good as October 88? Oh, no, that's not even then because that was June 88, October 8. Yeah, October 2020
October
might be the...
88 is when they won last one.
But the Dodgers, the Lakers probably won in May or June. So
June. It was in June.
Yeah,
so the fact
October
that...
2020 will go down as the greatest sports month in LA history.
That is true.
That is true. And that's a good note to leave off on. Thank you, Bustos. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Until next week, Hooligan Sports Podcast.